Yeah, good day, my beautiful listeners. You're listening to Independent TV 7. Today headlines, which says Igboho speaks about Benin Republic for the first time, and also Buhari regime paid ex-militants 2.63 billion naira. Wow, that's a whole lot of money. And Buhari will say he does not negotiate with terrorists. What is happening to our country? According to SR reporters, through Olayomi Koiki says Benin Republic enjoys stable electricity unlike Nigeria, which Sunday Igboho said and insists on Yoruba nation. And meanwhile, uh, Olayomi Koiki, spokesman to Yoruba nation activists, Sunday Adeyemo, Sunday Igboho, has reiterated the stance of the activists on the actualization of the Yoruba nation. And according to Olayomi Koiki, who visited Sunday Igboho, and Sunday Igboho has debunked and also narrated his ordeal in Benin Republic, telling Olayomi Koiki that he said Nigeria as a country does not exist any longer. For him, as he believes the self-determination of the Yoruba nation will soon be achieved. And according to him, he stated that the Benin Republic enjoyed better electricity than Nigeria. One of the reasons why Yoruba nation's agitation must be actualized. Can you see that Buhari regime has faulted Nigeria in so many ways? Buhari came in 2015, campaigning and promising Nigerians, especially the power sector. He said light will be very stable, unlike good luck administration. Now, can you see the level of corruption that has bedeviled Nigeria as a whole? The level of corruption when Buhari came in, he said, he will eradicate corruption. He will start from the politicians who has embezzled, Nigeria to jeopardy and bankruptcy. But Buhari came in, not only swimming in corruption, but he is the patron and the pioneer of the so-called corruption, and corruption has excavated to so many heights. Buhari regime also paid ex-militants 2.63 billion naira as stipends in less than 3 months. Well, the sum of 2.63 billion naira has been paid to 10 different personal accounts of former Niger Delta militants between March and May 2021 by the President Muhammadu Buhari's government through the office of the Special Assistant to the President on Niger Delta Affairs. The daily payment data from the Open Treasury Portal (OTP) made the revelation. The money were stipend to delegates who were mostly ex-militants in the Niger Delta region, according to the data obtained from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation through governmentspend.ng. Inability to pay full salary to Ondo workers disheartening, and Buhari in his own evolution has paid over 2.6 billion naira to what effect to ex-militants to do what? That's both questions that Nigerians have been asking. And in the area of light, which is the headline and subhead of this article, states that even Benin Republic, that is not as big as Lagos, enjoys a whole lot of power supply compared to Nigeria. That is coming from Sunday Igboho through Olayomi Koiki. Well, it is true that such payments are paid into the personal account of ex-Niger Delta militants. Okay, according to the report that says Buhari has paid over 2.6 billion naira to the ex-militants, which is so very, very appalling. Well, Niger Delta militants, then it is very awful and disheartening, and for what purpose? Yes, that's the question. For what purpose are the 2.3 or 2.63 billion naira paid into Niger Delta Affairs? I know the person representing that office is Akpabio. What effect does that 2.63 billion naira going to do for Nigeria? Well, this may not be a good augury for peace and stability of the country. Well, without being told, can't you see yourself as how Asari Dokubo has started going against the indigenous people of Biafra? Well, the IPOP issue is not for today's argument or statement. We're talking about the power supply in Benin Republic and the one we enjoy in Nigeria, because as it is, Nigeria is in a state of bankruptcy. Buhari administration have only spent just 6 years or 7 thereabout in his 8 years tenure, and we Nigerians have gone into recession for over 2 to 3 times, and as it is, we are still under recession even if it's not announced. The debt Nigeria has incurred is very very alarming, because when PDP was in government, we spent close to 14 or 16 years, and the debt was just 6 trillion naira. But now, as it is over 100%. Debt that we are owing. You can't even calculate. We are owing China, owing Brazil, owing US, owing United Kingdom, owing World Bank. You can't count. So, if I'm not exaggerating, or if you want to say, in the less than 6 years that Buhari has, been ruling Nigeria, we Nigerians are owing a whole lot of money. Over 600 trillion naira has been owed, and is not owing the money that is a problem. It is the borrowing the money and not executing it for infrastructure. They rather borrow the money and share it amongst themselves. That's why in all the parastatals they put all these Fulani people in the position, so that they in the Fulani would understand themselves. As soon as they share the money, nobody will talk, nobody will say anything, and that is why the level of insurgency has become unbearable for the Nigerian state. Well, in the northern part of the country, they are the ones suffering most, and that's why they wanted to extend it, because of their agenda, down to the south. But God willing, the southern people are very very wise, and also they are westernized. Before any jack, they have known what your agenda is all about, and that is why Governor Othom has faulted the presidency about their agenda. Anybody that speaks against the government of Buhari will be arrested, and which is against the fundamental rights of the people of Nigeria. Well, the ICC are watching. They are definitely waiting for Buhari's tenure to end. As soon as it ends, they will face the consequences, and that's why they are trying their possible best to gather more funds, to embezzle more, so that they can be able to elope as soon as their tenure ends. And that is why Buhari, because he knows that Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu are preaching the gospel of open eye, like someone would say, that Nigerians need to be wise, like what they are doing in the north, brainwashing the timid northern people not to know their left from their right, and thinking the southern people would be gullible as the northern people. The killing is too much, they can't protest just because they are not westernized, and education is part of westernization, and that is why they faulted the Christian. They are still faulting the Christian, being the ones, propagating the gospel of westernization. That is why Christians were being eradicated from the north rather, and they have tagged the Christians infidel just because of the Sharia law which they practice. You understand? So they wanted them to just practice Islamic, and the kind of Islamic they are practicing is just jihadis or jihadism. That is what they practice. Well, in the other hand, Sunday Igboho has faulted the federal government for being, either nepotistic or being corrupt, because as it sees, he is in Benin Republic, saying that the light he enjoys and the economy he enjoys and things he enjoys in the Benin Republic, it can be compared to Nigeria. And for him, Nigeria is no longer in existence, that Yoruba nation would emerge.